fight. I have to say, with LGD winning the last 3 team fights, they're definitely in the favor here. This puck should be able to go okay, be okay. Yeah, he is gonna be zipping out here, and he really need to go back to defend. He does not have a TP scroll here, and he really is in danger of being picked off. No, he's definitely okay. So LGD really pushing it back with the kill count advantage. And they are showing us they are no pushovers despite slumping without 2009. ZSMJ playing a fairly good Storm. He is being very aggressive going in. And as you see, it's these two jacking each other's creep kills here. And YYF is sitting at, let's see, he was just buying item like crazy. I think he has picked up the second piece of the Oblivion staff. Let me see the crow. There is. Oh wow, he is finishing up with his Orchid. So 24-minute Orchid and a Mecha. Oh, okay, so that's why Nekolai is not making a Mecha. Excuse me for calling Shuriken a noob. I was too noob to see that Windrunner has a Mecha. Of course, if your teammate has a Mecha, you don't have to need one. So Nekolai definitely picking up a very tanky item. So with the heal from the Windrunner and the silence now, so I think LGD is really in a good shape going into this mid game. But you can't count Nirvana out because they do have the Morphling. If you look at the Scourge team, they don't really have any hard carry. Stormster definitely not a hard carry. Sven definitely not a hard carry, and Windrunner not a hard carry either. So if this game managed to drag out 40 in the favor of Nirvana, they could really kind of turn the game around. Of course, Necrolic not a bad late game as well, because So Assumption do a lot of damage early mid game fights, but late game his right click and his birds start to do even more damage. So we'll see how that plays out. So as these two teams dance around this tower, I'm gonna take my time to drink some green tea, run a little bit of breath out. We see ZSMJ picking up the second tower, the Sentinel team choosing not to defend, biding even more time for the Morphling to farm. Morphling is going to do some kind of Morphling push. You got to move your guys. Okay, there we go. He's going to do a Morphling push here. One thing very dangerous about a Morphling push like this is that if the Scourge didn't back up as they did here, and they chose to fight over this tower, if things turn bad, that Morphling could just replicate top, take your second tower and go for your base towers. So it's really good that the Sentinel team the Scourge team noticed that they are definitely not in a position to push, and kind of pushing uphill against the Morphling. It's a little bit hard. And we do see everyone going for this Morphling here, but PIS a little bit better than that. Definitely not March. And if you a lot of you guys keep saying, "Oh yeah, Luminous, I watch every single one of your commentaries," and let's see if you get that reference. What I just said, the March Morphling reference. If you didn't get it, that's all right. But if you did get it, kudos to you. Anyways, moving on to with this game, we do see the support players not having fairly a lot of items. Venge has absolutely nothing. The CM has absolutely nothing. No, she has an urn, so that's not too bad. Witch Doctor has, wow, Witch Doctor's pretty stacked. So this is pretty farm as support players. Warding wise, we do see 2 wards, total of 10 wards. Yeah, total of 10 wards on both sides. So both teams warding fight quite evenly, as we see this Necrolite is dead probably. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Oh, final Maledictic. Oh my god, he survived that. I don't even know how he survived that, but he did. As we see a push, Fame Morphling push going on the bottom lane, and they got the tower, and a lot of illusions being still there, still alive. So this Morphling is gonna go for, I don't think he's gonna go for his Lincoln Sphere. I think he's definitely gonna go for Eye of Scotty. And once he picks up his Eye of Scotty, that Morphling is going to be in the center fight forever. In the previous 2 or 3 fights, that Morphling just waveformed in, thinking he was baller, and he just got picked off fairly easily. But once he has his Scotty, he is going to be so tanky. Keep in mind that a lot of pro players, when they're playing Morphling, if he's being focused, all he would do is just morph all his stuff into strength, and he would just tank so much. And I mean, of course, the other team would realize sooner or later to not focus on the Morphling anymore. But I mean, at that point, you just wasted at least 3 or 4 seconds of right-clicking on the Morphling, and he's just morphing into strength that whole time. So that's It'll make him really, really tanky, and of course he will be slowing a lot in team fights. And if they don't focus on him, well, that's kind of GG too, because Morphling is gonna have a lot of DPS, and it's fairly nice change to see, kind of a really, really action-packed mid-game. As we see a big team fight going on bottom, we do see Necrolite being completely focused. Necrolite is Necrolite is gonna take so much damage. He is gonna eat a lot of ultimate, and looks like this Witch Doctor is gonna be picked up as well. Witch Doctor is taking him a lot of damage. That's so assumption to get a lot of damage. The SMG coming into the party a little bit too late. He's gonna try to focus on Avenge, dodging a missile, magic missile, doing a good job there. And it looks like LGD is coming in to clean out Windrunner a little bit in trouble. Windrunner already uses Mecha, so he's definitely cannot reinforce. And we do see the Aegis being popped off. I think the SMJ might be in a little bit of trouble. BKB being popped off. He is using BKB just to run here. So I think LGD was cut completely out of position. They had a Windrunner mid. Windrunner had to Windrun bot, and that was definitely a little bit poor play by LGD here. But I think they're still okay. They lost Aegis in that fight, but if they could reclaim map control, they could get the Aegis back. As we see, Roshan is already spawned here. So whoever the LGD is really struggling to keep up their the map control, because they know if they lose map control now, they are going to lose the Aegis. And once you have Morphling, Scotty, and Aegis on the same thing, like that's pretty much GG. So they are really trying everything they can to push a creep wave until their teammates come back. YYF Jaegerfong is doing whatever he can to hard carry his team. He has the Myrtle Hammer, so that is probably a Desolator, maybe, could be a Molnir, or could be a BKB. So we won't know until he finishes his item, but a Desolator Windrunner is definitely not bad, but I think it's most likely gonna be a BKB here. As we see the Nirvana team pushing up the map control, I think they're gonna go for Roshan here. Whoever gets this Roshan is gonna be huge. Morphling is gonna be doing some ancient creeping. He should send an illusion towards the Roshan area, so he could replicate towards it in case something happens. But anyways, looks like there is a lot of dancing in this bottom tower, and not bottom tower, the Roshan area, and looks like there is some nice counter warding from this Scourge team. I have to say, this is a game 1 best of 2 series between these two teams, and I probably will cast. Did I say that already? I'll cast the second game as well. And judging from these two teams, they're fairly even. I have to give the edge to Nirvana though. Without 2009, LGD is just slumping a little bit, and we see Morphling farming a top lane. Morphling should be careful though. I think no, maybe they thought that was a replicate or something. They did not go for the Morphling. If they did go for the Morphling, at least they would have forced a waveform or something. But definitely without the YYF there, they could not kind of silence and kill the Morphling. So both team is going to be turling up a little bit, and turling does really favor Sentinel, because again they do have the Morphling. Morphling is going to be farming away to his. I have Scotty. Morphling sitting at, let's see, 1,800 gold. Let's see if there's anything on the Crow. We do see a Puck Hex already, so wow, he is really farmed. He does have it already. He does have. Wow, hasted double damage. Morphling is gonna be on the way, and he is gonna be not taking any prisoner. Dude, you gotta be careful, man. Witch Doctor or Storm, he could just do a lot of damage. And see how durable that Morphling is. He has 172 agility, and during the team fight he'll just morph everything into strength. And I think with that they could go for Roshan and the game at this point. That mid game lull where it was just 5 minutes of complete free farm for both teams, I think that cost LGD the entire game. It's still a little bit early to say, but heroes like, you know, Necrolite, heroes like Windrunner doesn't seem so tanky anymore once there is an Eye of Scotty on that Morphling. And these replicate would just do a lot of damage, as we see going for the Roshan here. I think they will give it to Morphling, and once with that is GG. They have lost map control, LGD has, and with losing the map control they are going to lose the Aegis, and with that the game. I think that's pretty much it. You're going to see Nirvana going for the mid tower, and I think they should go for the mid tower. There we go. With the Aegis on the Morphling, they could easily go for the mid tower. That Morphling could just suicide for the mid racks if he wanted to, since he has Aegis, and he's gonna be so tanky here. And of course Puck has Hex already, and let me see what the Visage has. Where are you, Visage? Visage has... Visage probably going for Hex as well. Of course, the Storm Spirit does have Hex. The Necrolite going for Shivas, and Maelstrom on the Windrunner. Maelstrom on the Windrunner is kind of a cool idea, but I'm not too sure how it would pay off in pro games. Generally, most pro games won't let you just focus fire endlessly on a single target. You know, they're going to stun you or that target is going to run, so... Not too sure whether that was the best choice of the items. BKB might be good, but he really just, like, Scourge is really lacking in damage. So he was just doing whatever he can to make up 40 damage department for his team. And as we see, Morphling still free farming away, 35 minutes, 220 creep kills, a lot of neutrals as well. Let me see, he's sitting at 17 neutrals. So he has been farming like a beast. We do see Puck having a Hex, and I mean, if your Puck has a Hex, you do know the game is going fairly well, because generally Pucks don't get Hex unless he's been free farming Rising like a champ. And I don't think that Puck has been free farming like a champ. He has been joining a lot of team fights as well, so let's see how this game plays out. We do see LGD sensing the urgency here. Shiva is picked up on the Necrolite, so he probably does not have buyback gold. No, he does not have buyback gold. So if things go hairy here, that's it for LGD. Let's see what's going to be happening here. We do see Storm Spirit free farming top. I think he needs to join the team fight here. If the Scourge team gets initiated upon, they definitely need the Storm Spirit. But they're definitely not going to push here. As we see the enemy team, not the enemy team, the Nirvana team really warding fairly aggressively. Most of the wards are placed on the LGD half of the map, and you could, from that you could see how confident they are with their map control. I think sooner or later we will see Nirvana team pick up the gem here, and I think once they pick up the gem, that's the sign that they are going to be, you know, gonna be clutching for the victory. Let me see how the how Joe is farming. Joe is sitting at 3,500, so he is gonna have his Hex as well. He's not gonna save for buyback because a Hex is very tide changing item, so he's gonna get that. And I think with dual Hex, LGD.sGty, I think they are in a position to push as well, and he is gonna get a Helm of Dominator just to rub it in. That is a lot of effective HP, and he just sold something for a TP score. I think that was a magic wand. I think with this, definitely Nirvana is going to claim this game. Nirvana is going to have to mess up hugely for them to lose this game. And with the caliber of experience and the team that they are, I don't look forward to LGD, look forward to Nirvana messing up.